O ye men who think or say that I'm malevolent, stubborn, or misanthropic, how greatly do ye wrong me. You do not know the secret causes of my seeming. From childhood my heart and mind were disposed to the gentle feelings of goodwill. I was even ever eager to accomplish great deeds. But reflect now, for 6 years I have been in a hopeless case, aggravated by senseless physicians, cheated year after year in the hope of improvement, finally compelled to face the prospect of a lasting malady whose cure would take years, or perhaps be impossible. Born with an ardent and lively temperament, even susceptible to the diversions of society, I was compelled early to isolate myself, to live in loneliness. When I at times tried to forget all this, oh, how harshly was I repulsed by the doubly sad experience of my bad hearing. And yet it was impossible for me to say to men, "Speak louder, shout, for I am deaf." How could I possibly admit an infirmity in the one sense which should have been more perfect in me than in others? A sense which I once possessed in highest perfection, a perfection such as few surely in my profession enjoy or ever have enjoyed. I cannot do it. Therefore forgive me when you see me draw back when I would gladly mingle with you. My misfortune is doubly painful because it must lead to my being misunderstood. For me there can be no recreation in society of my fellows, refined intercourse, mutual exchange of thought. Only just as little as the greatest needs command may I mix with society. I must live like an exile. If I approach near to people, a hot terror seizes me. A fear that I may be subjected to the danger of letting my condition be observed. Thus, it has been, during the last year which I spent in the country, commanded by my intelligent physician to spare my hearing as much as possible, in this almost meeting my present natural disposition, although I sometimes ran counter to it, yielding to my inclination for society. But what a humiliation when one stood beside me and heard a flute in the distance, and I heard nothing. Or someone heard the shepherd singing, and again I heard nothing. Such incidents brought me to the verge of despair. But little more, I would have put an end to my life. Only art it was that withheld me. It seemed impossible to leave the world until I had produced all that I felt called upon to produce. And so I endured this wretched existence, truly wretched. An excitable body which a sudden change can throw from the best into the worst state. Patience, it is said, I must now choose for my guide. I have done so. I hope my determination will remain firm to endure until it pleases the inexorable Parse to break the thread. Perhaps I shall get better, perhaps not. I am prepared. Forced already in my 28th year to become a philosopher. Oh, it is not easy, less easy for the artist than for anyone else. Divine One, thou lookest into my inmost soul, thou knowest it, thou knowest the love of man and desire to do good live therein. O men, when someday you read these words, reflect that ye did me wrong, and let the unfortunate one comfort himself and find one of his kind who, despite all the obstacles of nature, yet did all that was in his power to be accepted among worthy artists and men. You, my brothers, Carl, and as soon as I am dead, if Dr. Schmidt is still alive, ask him in my name to describe my malady and attach this document to the history of my illness, so that so far as possible, at least the world may become reconciled with me after my death. At the same time, I declare you two to be the heirs to my small fortune, if so it can be called. Divide it fairly. Bear with and help each other. What injury you've done me, you know, was long ago forgiven. To you, Brother Carl, I give special thanks for the attachment you've displayed towards me of late. It is my wish that your lives may be better and freer from care than I have had. Recommend virtue to your children. It alone can give happiness, not money. I speak from experience. It was virtue that upheld me in misery, and to it, next to my art, I owe the fact that I did not end my life by suicide. Farewell, and love each other. I thank all my friends, particularly Prince Lichnowsky and Professor Schmidt. I desire that the instruments from Prince L be preserved by one of you, but let no quarrel result from this. As soon as they can serve you a better purpose, sell them. How glad will I be if I can still be helpful to you from beyond the grave. With joy, I hasten towards death. If it comes before I shall have had an opportunity to show all my artistic capacities, it will still come too early for me, despite my hard fate, and I shall probably wish that it had come later. But even then, I am satisfied. Will it not free me from a state of endless suffering? Come when thou wilt, I shall meet thee bravely. Farewell. Do not wholly forget me when I'm dead. I deserve this of you, and having often in life thought of you, how to make you happy. Be so. Ludwig van Beethoven. For my brothers Carl, and to be read and executed after my death. Heiligenstadt, October 10th, 1802. Thus do I take my farewell of thee, and indeed sadly, yes, that beloved hope which I brought with me when I came here to be cured, at least in a degree, I must wholly abandon. As the leaves of autumn fall and are withered, so hope has been blighted. Almost as I came, I go away, even the high courage which often inspired me in the beautiful days of summer has disappeared. Providence, grant me at last but one day of pure joy. It is so long since real joy echoed in my heart. Oh when, oh divine one, shall I find it again in the temples of nature and of men? Never. No. Oh, that would be too hard.